This is an installation video for a Kwik Performance AC hose kit. In your kit, you will receive a suction hose, a pressure hose with an integrated hardline and Schrader valve for a trinary switch, a relay to control your electric fans, a PAG oil and O-ring set, and if you ordered an R4 kit, you will receive a manifold and gasket set for an R4 compressor.
Says here we're going to install the number 10 suction hose to the larger of the two manifold fittings on the compressor, the blue cap. You'll find that these come with O-rings on them already installed. However, recommend you put a little oil on them. If you don't find a O-ring on here, then there are plenty in the packet that we send out. Go to install this, as we talked about earlier, making sure that you've got it lined up properly. A little bit of oil on the threads. So where we're at this point, this is a time where we can actually go ahead and hook it to the dryer. My thought is that I'm not going to put a new dryer on here yet. What I like to do is go ahead and break loose the dryer and make sure it's loose and ready for whoever I have to do the fill on this. That way they can change the dryer. Don't take a chance of it drawing any moisture between the time that we get our install done and they go ahead and fill the system. You'll find in the trinary switch itself, it's got a seal in it. And of course, once again, put a little bit of lubricant on there. PAG oil.
Now, would you say don't put a wrench on here and tighten it up? Just do it hand tight, or?
No, you want to snug it down with a wrench.
Okay.
You definitely want to do that. I'll probably wait till I get it in the system to actually tighten it at that point.
Okay.
So we'll move on to the number 8 hose.
So now we're just going to drop it down straight through the floor support here. Up. Thank you. There you go.
And we'll go ahead and attach the top first.
Okay. You got plenty of slack here. I'm just going to let it run loose. Okay. You'll notice in the installation that we have this piece here that requires some pre-assembly and everything like that. We've actually done an improvement to where this is now all an integrated single piece, much closer to OEM, a lot better, less likely to leak and everything like that. Installation will be the exact same, but if you notice in the video it's a little bit different, no big deal. You've gotten the better stuff in your hands.
It's amazing, just that little bit of being off, how easy it is to start cross-threading one.
You gotta be careful. Take your time. Now, what are you feeling for there? I know you're a highly calibrated man there, and you're going to a torque spec, but
Well, actually, there is a torque spec for all of these. All I'm trying to do is snug it down. So here we are back from lunch. Before we took off, we were connecting our lines at that time. And so we had finished up our condenser. But if you remember, we left all of our lines here loose. And the reason that we left them all loose is so that we can position the lines exactly the way that we want them. So now is a good time to go back through and tighten all of your fittings. Torque specs to follow on that. Once you've got that done, it's time to do your wiring. We explained to take the signal wire, which is the one wire that's coming from the cabin, and you would tie into that and run it down to your trinary. And then just follow the wiring diagram, whether you've got a fan or you don't have a fan. But we strongly recommend you use that trinary switch, whether you use it as a binary or a trinary. Just the safety aspect of it.
yeah, it's very important that you have a high and a low pressure switch on this compressor, because if it gets too low, it can shell itself and contaminate your entire system. If it gets too high, this is a grenade, and you won't have a hood anymore.
In saying
high
that,
and low switch.
I was going to say high and low switch, but in saying that, I'm already hearing in the field, this is what's taking place. This is a 92 model. And on this 92 model, it only has one switch. And of course, there is your signal wire. And so some of the guys are just plugging it in, leaving it like it is, not worrying about a trinary switch, and going straight to their compressor. And that's where Robert was sharing that it's not a good thing. We don't want to do that. You're taking a chance of grenading the AC system.
So where's the power from the switch coming out to here?
Well, what we find is that typically runs right up to the accumulator. And at the accumulator, you will find the AC signal wire. Now, going out of that switch is the second wire.
Okay.
And that wire right there needs to go to the trinary switch. That is what is going to run into the trinary switch.
Now, we don't want to run directly from there to the compressor, because we need to go through the trinary switch so they have high and low pressure protection, correct?
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Now, is there any complications to making that happen, or is it pretty straightforward?
Pretty straightforward, because we provide a wiring diagram in our instructions. And like I say, it's straightforward. It says AC signal. It tells you what color the wire is. You tie into that. Then it tells you which wire to tie onto to go to your compressor. One of the things you're going to find on your compressor, you only have one wire now versus what GM did with the R4. They had multiple wires on some of the R4s.
Okay.
You're going to need to ground that system. And so in order to ground it, you're going to have to tie into the trinary switch. And you can either ground it on your frame, your body, but you need a good ground.
Okay. Now, there's going to be an extra wire if a guy wants to run an electrical fan. What's he need to do if he's not running an electrical fan?
So if he's not running an electrical fan, just don't use that wire.
Okay.
Cap it off.
Just cap it off, put some tape on it, whatever.
Save it for the future, because as you continue with your vehicle, you may wind up doing an LS swap or something later down the road. You may decide you want electric fans.
Yeah.
So in saying that, cap that off. But if you do have electric fans, on our instructions, you'll find that we actually have a wiring diagram for the electric fans. You'll see that wire goes to a relay. It doesn't go directly to the electric fans. So make sure you use that relay, which that's included in the kit.
Yeah. Outstanding. Is there anything else that people at home need to know about wiring this thing up?
All in all, straightforward, just what we just explained. What you'll find on the 94 Chevy GMC trucks is you can actually pull out of your harness where it goes in the back of the R4 compressor. You got to do a little checking on your wires with the multimeter to find out where your power is coming from, because they stuck 3 different switches back there.
Okay.
So it made it nice for this build, because we just used the factory harness, tied it all into our trinary switch. It's clean. It looks good.
Outstanding.